Coach, Minnesota State heading to the national championship game after a thriller in the semifinals. How exciting of a time is this for the Mavericks?
So exciting. It's hard to even put it into words. Just to actually stop and think about the magnitude of this moment and how exciting this time is for our team. And, again, just staying so present and soaking up every minute along this ride has just really made it so much more enjoyable. And we're just at that stage here today. 24 hours later, just soaking it in and excited about this moment.
Emily Herzberg hits the game-winning shot there with under a second to go, but Natalie Bramer really shined for the Mavericks when the team needed her most. What can you say about her play and just the way that she was really able to put up a pretty good effort against Cal State San Marcos?
Yeah, Nat stepped up big for us. Again, knowing that Destiny was out, and that's a player that shoulders a lot for us through the course of the game to really create and do a lot of big things for us. And Natalie really acknowledged and recognized that, and just played with such a great confidence throughout the game to score in so many different ways, and to just be the player that was going to shoulder a lot. Obviously Joey continues to be that player for us too. But it was just great to see that composure from such a young player as a sophomore on such a big stage. And it was incredible for what she did through 39 and a half minutes there. Obviously, the sideline out of bounds play that we drew up. We've practiced that over and over. We've got players in spots where we know how to play off of them and how to make great decisions. And we've talked a lot about the reads of how teams are going to defend certain looks off of that, and just to put the ball in Nat's hands in that stage, in that moment, and not only to put that on her, but also for her to have the composure and the awareness to be able to find a wide open teammate in that moment. Uh, that's just so incredible. But even beyond that too, I can't give enough credit to Hannah Herzig for what she was able to do on the defensive play right before that. That gave us the ball in that scenario. And I think it's easy to get caught up in what that last 3.5 seconds was like, but we're a defensive minded team, and I think Hannah's an unsung hero in last night's win with what she did defensively for us in that moment to put us in that spot.
Those games are exactly what March is all about. What can you say about this group and the way they were able to really battle through, especially dealing with some injuries throughout this tournament?
Just so resilient. We obviously started the year with some injuries that really took us out of our flow, and I think we learned so much about our team in that time of what we need in those moments when somebody's down and out, or somebody isn't in their flow. How the next man up mentality has really just prepared us for this moment.
I kind of want to take it all the way back, Emily. When you transferred from South Dakota State to Minnesota State, did you ever imagine you would be playing for a national championship?
No, this has been literally one of the best experiences. I couldn't have transferred into a better program and had better girls to be able to play with. I knew they were talented when I was coming in. I knew that they would be a fun team to play for. But yeah, I haven't looked back since. It's been a great experience.
The shot that you made is going to go down in Minnesota State history there in the Final Four against Cal State San Marcos with under a second to go, able to get that off. Take me through the entire moment, and I know Coach mentioned you were calling for that ball right away.
Well, we kind of knew that they would be probably doubling Nat or Joey, and Nat and Joey were coming back to the ball, and that play is originally for them to go make a play with under 4 seconds. They could get pretty much any shot they wanted off, but Coach kind of gave me the eye when I was inbounding it. If my inbounder defense is sagging off of me, then I either have an open three or a wide open cut to the lane, and I happened to have a wide open cut to the lane. On the video, you could just see me screaming, Nat, Nat, Nat. And Nat made a great pass, and yeah, it hit me right in stride, and I had all the confidence. I had my teammates right behind me to go back and make that play. It's pretty easy layup if I could just find the rim. So
how much did you really want that opportunity after missing a few free throws there down the stretch?
Yeah, I was mad at myself for missing my free throws. Normally I can hit those. Must have just choked. I got to practice a couple more today. But yeah, Joey was the first one to come up behind me and say, that it's you. We got all the confidence behind you, no one better. And so that next play mentality, I just went right back to doing what I was doing. And, like I said, they just hyped me up as soon as that was an opportunity and the chance for the play to develop like that. And yeah, couldn't have made an easier shot, I guess.
You mentioned the next play mentality. This group has gone from dominating teams in the first part of the NCAA tournament to really battling with a couple of close games here now. It doesn't feel like anything really phases this group depending on what happens within the game. It just seems like this team is really able to rally and go on a run whenever it needs.
That's definitely what we've prided ourselves on the whole season, is just maintaining throughout the peaks and valleys. I know basketball is a game of runs. You got to stay locked into us. And I think that's one thing that we've done so well, is just focusing on things that we can do, not what the other team is going to do. So when we're cooking, or when we have good things going for us, or when the other team makes a little bit of a run, just staying locked in, and being ready for the next play, get the ball out quick, get down there and give us a chance. And we've done that all season long, regardless of scores.
Texas Women's University coming up. You've played this team before, and the other teams that you matched up with earlier in the season, you've beaten in the NCAA tournament. What will it take to be hoisting a national title at the end of the day?
We are fortunate that we had a matchup against them, so we kind of gotten to see what they do. They have a great post, and they have shooters surrounding them, and they're very disciplined. So hopefully we can just keep taking them out of their actions. Hopefully make them take a couple turnovers, and then just do what we do, see the ball go through the floor. We have a couple injured players right now that we're not really sure how that's going to go. So it's just next man up and go make plays.
I know we've talked about the press before, but what you guys have been able to do, I mean, it seems to really, really put pressure on the other team. And how difficult is it to keep that up for an entire 40 minutes and then understand that, by the time we get to the end of that fourth quarter, that the other team is going to probably be gassed from all the pressure you've been putting on them throughout the game?
Yeah, that's something that we've had to adjust lately. I mean, obviously we get turnovers off of our press, but our press just wears on teams, and we press 40 minutes all game long, all season long. So we're conditioned for that, to still be able to make shots at the end of games. But that definitely shows, and it showed last night for San Marcos, that your legs kind of give out when you got to make multiple cuts and stuff. So that's what we pride ourselves on, just taking them out of their actions and trying to make them work harder than they should have to against a normal, drop back team. So just staying up and making them work, and we're conditioned to do that. So we have fun doing it now.